I've been here to Black Country Blokes, sharing the fact about everything it is, mental health, disability, and life in general. Here, me, Kev Dillon, and my partner in crime, as always, Lee Cadman. Now, we're both very grateful for the same thing today, as well as many other things. We're very grateful people. But we've just been awarded some funding from the National Lottery Community Fund. It's going to really help us push forward with new classes, physical, obviously running the boxing club downstairs, the Lions ABC. But we're also going to be calling in a very good friend of ours, Emily Barney from Spartan Brain Fitness, and she's going to be coming down. So at the end of a session, doing what she does best, relaxation, but different things that remind us what we are grateful for. So I'm really looking forward to working with her, and obviously with the guys downstairs. We've also getting bits of equipment to make us that bit posher, a bit better. And I don't know if you've seen lately that we've been on tour with Matchroom, doing filming like Eddie Earn and Connor Walker. And we've been invited down this weekend to go and see Ginge at Shard End. So we're going to be getting out, talking to different people, whether you're in a band, whether you're boxing, whether you're amateur boxing. And we're going to start getting people from when they come down sparring downstairs, talking to the coaches. Because we've had the amateur coaches. These boxers don't get to where they are, whether it's England, GB, or fighting on Matchroom, or wherever it is. It all starts at grassroots. And this is what the two of us really want to start pushing what good people in the trenches are doing, isn't it, Lee?
It is. So just going back to the National Lottery Community Fund, the project we're doing is called Blokes United. So it's all about bringing blokes together, getting them fit mentally as well as physically. And we are very grateful for that funding. It's going to go a long way to helping do that. The project runs for 40 weeks, so it's not a short project. It's 40 weeks long, and it'd just be amazing. It'd be amazing.
Well, as everyone knows, in a grassroots club like myself, we need this funding to keep the doors open, and then to get other people like Emily Barney or other people to get them to share their expertise. It's really going to help.
And these classes are free to the public.
But I see, because in the daytime, you've got plenty of time, you're off work, but you've got no money. So that's what we've been trying to do for these years, have these free daytime sessions. And the amount of people we've had walk through the door, different colours, creeds, disabilities, they all come in and they're all a part of it. And that's what community is. And I think about what we've achieved, old pal. I mean, we started, me, you, Aaron, Drew, Greg Dinches. We started this 2019 in the August, and we started off next door in the classroom, standing over a telephone. And then we were downstairs, still on the telephone, down by the boxing ring. Then we had COVID, and we had to do it online, all on our phones again. Then we created the studio, and we're just getting bigger and better now. We do public speaking. We've done with Higgs and Orbit and Ashida, Taylor Woodrow, just to name a few. Then we've been on radio. We've got our own radio show. We've been on telly. Now, hopefully, we'll be working more with Matchroom. It's just phenomenal to feel where we've got a King's Award. It's gobsmacking, and we're not done yet, are we? We're just going to grow and grow. And have so many. I mean, it's great having all the Eddie Earns on and talking to him. But I just love the working class folk that we've had on, the remarkable miracle makers who just blow my mind with the courage and the strength that they've had.
Yeah, and I don't think any of us at the time expected it to be where it's at now, did we? Obviously, we wanted it to do well, but you didn't expect a King's Award. You didn't expect to be going to press conferences, with Matchroom and going to the weigh-ins and as part of the media team. And that for me was being there around all those boxers was a bit of a dream come true. It was absolutely fantastic, and getting to speak to those people. But you're right, being able to speak to the everyday people and listening to their struggles and how they get through life has been fantastic as well.
It's been lovely having some feedback from the other coaches and different people. And they're saying what we do well, without blowing our own trumpet, is you talk to these celebrities the same as you talk to your window cleaners, but and I've learned this by doing the public speaking, whether you do it in jail or you do it for a solicitor firm. People are people. People wake up, they put the trousers on the same way, they have the same worries and fears that a rich person has, and a poor person has, and a black person has, and a white person has. It's We are humans, and it's not changing. Obviously, we might swear a little less or a little bit more. You know, you do the same around children or the elderly. It's called having respect. But as long as you don't change, you're still the same thoroughly, you stick to your moral compass, then you're genuine. And that's all we've ever intended to be, isn't it?
Yeah.
Authentic, real people who are talking about real, authentic issues, be it a problem or a success story.
Yeah. And getting into the minds of these guests has been absolutely fascinating, hasn't it? We've learned so much along the way. Learn things that have helped our own mental health. That's helped us understand other mental health and disabilities. I always go back to Steve Andel explaining what OCD was. When OCD to us at the time was, he's a bit of a clean freak, and that's not what it is at all.
Well, your friend Peter, who unfortunately passed away, when he was describing dementia, it's amazing. Some of the guests who I quote or I refer back to, and I think, wow, you've explained that more clearly than any Netflix or TV or teacher could, because they've put it into simple terminology that someone like me could explain brilliantly.
And like I say, there's no airs and graces, so it's explained in that way, and it's not done for TV as such. You don't have to kind of watch what you're saying, or so your true beliefs come out.
And even the other week, we've had two young lads come on, 18, 19. One's got autism and ADHD. The other one had an autistic brother. But hearing that from young men talking, and I find that amazing because it's been a long bloody time since we were that age.
Well, we wouldn't have talked about. Well, we didn't talk about that. Well, it wasn't. We didn't talk about things like that. Then we've known each other that long, since we were younger than that. What they were, and it took us into our really late 30s, didn't it? Well, late mid-30s, should I say, to actually start opening up to each other.
So, and that was the aim, wasn't it, to get men to talk. So your baby will be able to have the conversations a lot faster than we had.
Yeah.
And I think we're doing a blooming good job, Lee.
I think society as a whole is doing a better job of it.
I won't say his name, but a lad come up here the other day, and he's been listening to the podcast for years, and he reached out to me. Then he come to one of the daytime classes. He was talking, he was quoting guests we'd had, and I thought, we've done it.
The most impactful one I did, it wasn't actually long after we'd started. I don't think there was many episodes in at all, probably less than 20. And you got a phone call from one of your mates who'd pulled over at the side of the road because he'd seen someone on top of the viaduct in Stourbridge and managed to talk him down. I just think that, to me, that's a real impact. He says, if I had to listen to you lot talk about that, I'd have drove past on that day.
And stayed with him until his dad come.
Yeah. And you just think that's what I'm sure there's other stories like that we just haven't heard at this point, but that to me was amazing.
And every story isn't bigger or smaller, it's just how it's impacted someone.
Yeah.
And if it's getting the conversation started, it's allowing someone not to be lonely. If it's someone checking in on someone, these were the dreams of it. And everything else, the awards, which are blooming lovely, and all this is happening now, fantastic. But we've met the goal. We're doing our best, because we can't change the world, but we can change someone's life that means the world to them. So fair play, old pal. 6 years in and many more to come.
That's it.
So I know we've said this, but what are you most grateful for at this exact moment?
These new cameras we got here, I think they're fantastic. I'm really grateful for them. I just keep looking up at that screen and saying, God, even Kev looks good on that camera.
But these are going to help so much with this.
Yeah.
Voyages when we're out interviewing. And if anyone does want to pop up the club, give us notice, and we can give you a 2-5-minute conversation as an icebreaker, and then come on the podcast. We want to be reaching out to our community. It isn't just boxing. I want it to be the local bands. I want it to be local people who are doing extraordinarily brilliant things. So let's get your story out there, guys, because without you, this don't exist. So, guys, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being with us for these 6 years. So until we see each other next time, as always, I want you to take care of yourself.